Hi, everybody. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. We're talking today all about increasing self confidence. Now, lots of us may have felt confident at various times in our lives, but we can lose that for all sorts of reasons. And even if we are reasonably confident as people, it can still help us to have a few tricks up our sleeves to help build that self confidence. But equally, if you're somebody who has maybe felt a lack of confidence for most of their life, then all of this can really help you. So I'm just going to go through a few quick ways in which you can increase your self confidence. There are a lot more that you could do, but I'm just picking on a few today. So the first one I wanted to talk about is dead simple, which is using affirmations. Now, I talk about affirmations a lot because they do work. And all it is a simple statement in the present tense, which you can say either out loud or in your head to yourself along the lines of, I am confident, I am a confident person. But if it's self-confidence in a particular situation you're working on, then you could relate your affirmation specifically to that. So it could be that you are wanting to be more self-confident as a presenter. So you could say, I am a confident presenter. I am a confident speaker. You get the drift. You just say whatever affirmation feels right for you in your circumstances and say it over and over and over. You can do that easily in your head, whatever you're doing in your day, when you're walking around, when you're driving your car, whatever it is. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is to use visualization. This is a really, really powerful tool, and it really helps to get you in that zone of confidence. So again, using a particular situation just as an example for you. Again, I'll use the one of maybe giving a presentation. If you have a presentation to give, it's natural to be nervous. That's first thing to remember. We all get nervous. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you've got a presentation coming up, you need to start your visualization or a little while before. And I don't mean just a few hours before, I mean days or weeks before. What you need to do to visualize is to find yourself somewhere quiet where you can sit or even lie down if that's more comfortable. Close your eyes and then see yourself in that situation where you want to have more confidence. So, in our example, giving a presentation. So, you would close your eyes and in your mind's eye, see yourself walking up to the spot where you're going to be when you give this presentation. Might be in front of a microphone, you might have a lectern to put your notes on, wherever it is, and see yourself in the particular venue that you're going to. And walk yourself through it. So you might have to walk up some steps, you might just walk straight across the floor. You will know according to the venue. And see yourself arriving at the place where you're going to give the presentation, in front of the microphone, in front of a lectern, whatever it is. See yourself standing tall, smiling at your audience, the whole of the audience, because you definitely don't want to be looking down. You don't want to be hunching. You really want to be standing up, unless you're giving it seated, but most presentations are given standing up. But, make eye contact, smile, keep smiling, and in your mind's eye, see yourself doing that. See yourself saying the words. Really feel how it feels to be doing that, but to be doing it confidently. I don't mean to be worrying about doing it in a way that is lacking confidence. I mean, really inhabit that confident you giving that confident presentation, and see yourself getting to the end of it and people smiling at you and applauding, and see yourself walking away from the place where you've given the presentation, again confidently, and really feel happiness and satisfaction at what you have done and what you have achieved. And you might see in your mind's eye people coming up to you afterwards and telling you what a great presentation it was. So it's a whole process that you need to visualize, that whole process of giving your presentation. And you need to do that again and again and again in the days running up to it, because then you will start to feel what it feels like to give a confident presentation. So when you do give your presentation, you will naturally slip into that way of doing it, which is the confident you. So visualization is a super, super powerful tool. So the third one that I want to give you today is, it's actually about body language. And I talked a little bit about it when I was just talking about the visualization, which is standing up tall and smiling. Using body language is to really inhabit the whole of the space that you take up. Because again, I alluded to it earlier, when we're lacking in confidence, we tend to sort of hunch and shrink inside ourselves and try and make ourselves as small as we possibly can. But if you think about animals in the jungle, so like a gorilla, if a gorilla is standing up to another gorilla, they tend to get really large, stick their chests out. They often beat their chests. I know I'm not suggesting you do that in certain situations, but just use that example of really standing up and inhabiting the space that you occupy in the world, rather than try and diminish yourself, because that just helps to make you feel more confident. And then a sort of an add-on on that, an extension of that, is to do something called a power pose, which I will try and show you now. I'm just going to have to push this away a little bit because I'm going to need to stand up and you may not see all of it properly. But a power pose, I hope you can still hear me over the sound of me pushing the chair away. A power pose involves you standing up with your feet hip width apart, pop your hands on your hips and pull your shoulders back and look forwards. And really stand up tall. Now I'm going to sit down again so you can see me, but the idea of a power pose is that you stand in that pose for 2 minutes. It's not that long. It can really, really help to put you in a feeling of confidence. It's great before you do a presentation, before you have an interview, before you maybe have a difficult phone call that you've got to make, or whatever situation it is where you feel that you need a little more confidence. It might be going to meet somebody new that you're a bit nervous about. It really helps you to feel more confident because you are in that natural bigger space. Because you see, then I was a bit slumped when I was sitting down and then I just sat up. If you've forgotten to do a power pose before you go into an interview and you're maybe sitting in a waiting room and you're thinking, oh, I wish I'd done that, you can actually do it quite sort of surreptitiously without standing up. Just sit up tall, put your hands on your hips if you want to, but at least sit up tall with a straight back and look straight forward, and you will just naturally feel more confident than when you're trying to shrink into yourself. So those are just the three quick examples, I was going to say, of how you can help yourself to feel more confident. The trick is to keep doing them, because doing them once will help you feel better and more confident about whatever it is you're going to face, but doing them time after time again will build that confidence, and you can keep doing it even if you don't have a specific situation coming up. Just visualize yourself being more confident in whatever situation you want to feel more confident in, and just keep doing that, because the more that you do it, the more that it will become natural to you. So as I said, those were just maybe four quick tips. I do go into this in my 12-week program with people, which is called Find Your New Dawn. There's a whole module all about building self-confidence. So if you would like some more, have a chat with me about how I could help you. So thanks as always for watching, and I'll be back here again next week. Bye for now.